Okay, folks, before we begin today, well, tonight, I don't know, I'm doing more videos in the nighttime. I don't know, I think I'm turning nocturnal. I don't know. But here's a little fun fact about me. I travel with my family a lot. And I've seen snow when I was a kid. See, but the place where I live, when there's not a lot of snow, right? Um, I'm not gonna tell you where I live because I'm not doing that. Only my friends truly know, and Annie because she's been there. But anyways, she so where I live, there's like no snow. When it does, it just melts. But except this one year when I was in middle school, like school just stopped for a minute, okay, and it just started snowing, and everybody just walked out. Me, I'm just like, it's not that great. I've seen it before. This is not that fucking great. But my middle school friends were heavy, and I was like, I've seen this shit before. But it was good. My friends were had a good kick out of it back then, and I was like, eh. They were just looking at me like, eh, Bugsy, really? Just eh? I was like, yeah, just eh. Mostly, they call me by my actual name. Little known fact also, Bugsy is just a nickname that I kind of kept. And I do, you know, if you, if you meet me, don't, like, if I ever, like, if you meet me and you find out my real name, just call me Bugsy. No Mr. Bugsy, just straight up Bugsy. Okay? If you call me by my real name, I'm just gonna be like, dude, you're being too formal. Just call me Bugsy. It's all good. Um, Getting off topic, but I wanted to kind of start with the snow story. So, so I was thinking, I still want to do Sonic content, but I don't want everybody to just think I'm just doing Sonic content because I got nothing. Because I got nothing. Because I do have a lot of stuff, and I just for right now, since I did MWF Reborn, which is going to be our new little branding for the wrestling show for right now. Um, I wanted to talk a little bit about Son, Son, Son Alley, how I feel about it. Um, I've like the Sun Alley, the folks that are in the Sun Alley ships, they are the most calmest people in the fucking world except for Richard Kuda. Like, dude, and this ain't me just dunking on Richard Kuda for like another few minutes. Let me just tell you, Richard Kuda is the one thing you don't want to be as a Sun Alley fan. Obsessed with Sally like you're a crackhead. Like you don't want to be obsessed with Sally and like you're itching like fucking Tyrone Biggums looking for crack. You don't want that. But that's why I picture like Richard Kuda just doing like, oh, I need the Sally in my life. Oh, we're not. And remember, we're not all like that. I know people say like, well, all those Sally fans are just stupid because they just want Sally in the games. Let me just say this: people that want to rally for Sally wanted Sally in spin-offs. That's all that was. That's all it was originally. I don't know what's going on now. I kind of dropped out of Rally for Sally the moment it kind of was a sinking ship. You know, me and me and Alex took the rowboats. Alex made that freaking movement, but we fucking jumped on those rowboats. I was like, come on, man, let's keep rowing. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. It's getting sinking. It's sinking. Shit. So yeah, there's my sinking ship analogy. So, anyways, back to the point. But like, yeah, like Son Alley fans only like Richard Kuda and a few others have I only been kind of met with actual hostility. When I met a whole bunch of people that just like they don't care what ship you like. They don't care what ship you like if you're a Son Alley fan. They're just like cool. They're happy to talk to you and they're just like chill with you. You know? I think a lot of people think that Son Alley fans are just these people that will never let go of the past. Well, it's not even that. We just feel like Sally deserved a fair shake as much as anybody. And I know a lot of people don't get that because all they see when they see Sally is unbridled rage and somehow furry bait. Like she's like Sally's just being all sexual, getting Sonic to come over there and just seduce him when really it's more than that, and anybody who actually reads the books would actually understand that. But you know, people always make up excuses about Sally. Y'all know I've talked about this before. And all those excuses are just bullshit because it's just a bunch of people that don't like Sally who've literally made who some of these people have made actual kill art of Sally, which I think is so like it just proves to me that you got problems. Like if you're lying awake at any waking moment thinking about how many ways you kill a character and you're not joking or making a freaking scenario where you're just, you know, doing it for yourself and it shits and giggles and you're not really hating on the character, that's fine. But when you share it with a bunch of other people that want to do that, I'm just like, y'all know she's a fictional character, right? Y'all need help. See, see, I had this idea to redo Sonic GX, made by Hurricane 360, right? And you know the mixing of the cannons, the three cannons, Sonic X, Adventure Sonic the Hedgehog, and Sonic Side M, where we have says Amy from Sonic Side M, which again is my least favorite Amy because because that Amy is so dumb. Oh my god, like I get, like let me just tell you something. I understand, like I kind of I get Amy being in love with Sonic, but I feel like in the early 2000s they dialed that up to a fucking 11 when it just needed to be a 3. Like just a 3, but it was dialed up to 11. I still think about that one episode where Amy's just like, Sonic, where are you? And she's just screaming out the window. I'm like, can you function without him? Shit, you don't need him all the fucking time. You don't need him all the time, Amy. Have some fucking pride for yourself. Jeez. Like, that's the only Amy where I'm just like, really? Like, the game Amy, I get it, but I feel like they pushed it too hard. Like, they pushed the crazy fangirl switch too hard. And I feel like Amy could have been more. But, again, I was thinking about it because it's an analogy of how, because I had this idea where it's like an analogy of how Sally is the first girl to ever really move Sonic's heart. And I was thinking of rewriting Sonic GX where, you know, Amy kind of acts like she does in Sonic GX. She acts like she does in Sonic GX. She's all, you know, mad, angry that Sonic's with another girl. And you know, it comes to a head like when they do the dating episode, like everything plays off as normal. But instead of Amy just going like, you know, doing the whole Ryoko thing, which again I really felt was never really earned because that would mean that freaking Sonic was betraying Amy, and that's totally not what happened. But I would have Amy realize, right, that Sally has come close in a way that Amy could never do. Like, Amy has this realization that although she has followed Sonic for years, here comes here comes Sally, this person from Sonic's past, a past that Amy never knew about, right? Coming in and you know, just coming in and they're kind of rekindling shit and and I would have like scenes where she asks like each of the freedom fighters like who are they, how do they know Sonic, all that stuff. Because the one thing that they never did in Sonic GX was Amy never asked any questions. She was just kind of, I want these people gone. And I was like, what if she just asked questions? Like, I didn't even have her silent during the whole Nagus and King Max thing because like Sally has, okay, if we go by Sonic setting him, right? Sally hasn't seen her dad in like years. And even more longer since that time they went into the past. So, and then Amy's like, can we move on already? I'm just like, I would write it to where Amy's actually looking and seeing the various severity of, like, Sally seeing her father. And the Freedom Fighters kind of, like, listening and Sonic being all intent. Because if we're going by Sonic X Sonic and him being kind of more mellow, you can even see Sonic just look at, like, he looks at like King. He looks at the King and he goes, I'd have him say like, "It's been a while. It's been a while. Well, this Chaos Emerald should be able to, stabilize you, stuff like that. Would I have Nagas be evil if I did a season 2? When I think about it, I spent my whole life trying to do Sonic Freedom Fighters when I could have been doing that. Anyways, me just having my own brain cave in on itself logically. So yeah, but yeah, I would just have it as a big allegory. And still have Amy, like, literally antagonistic to Sally and all this other stuff. Probably mirroring more the more toxic side of that fan base. The more toxic side of the fan base that just wants Sonic to be with Amy and no one else. But then she starts to really, she's having a sparring match with Sally. She says to Sally that this ain't personal, but literally, that's when Amy starts fighting Sally and starts breaking down. And I can just hear, and I would write it, she just starts breaking down. She starts tearing up. She's fighting Sally. They're not really doing any damage to each other for real, but because, Sally is adept at combat, she's just kind of blocking most of Amy's attacks and vice versa. They both, and she goes, why you, why are you the one? And then she just starts tearing up. She cries. She's like a heap on the ground. She just starts fucking crying. Sally wants to comfort Amy, but literally looks at her and says, if you want to talk about it, we can. But I understand if you want to be alone. Boom. And you're like, whoa, Bugsy, I thought you were a Son Alley fan. I am. But I feel like, because the one thing the Archie comics really did well is make Sally and Amy friends. And that would be a great way to go. And maybe let's take some of the plot points from Sonic GX, something, not the demon part, because I always thought that was dumb. I don't get why in every fanfic we gotta put angels and demons and freaking Sonic stuff. We gotta put demons in Sonic lore. It's bro, do we really need it? But yeah, like a side story would be like either the people who scoop Amy up and have them join their team. Amy at first is like, no, I don't want to join. But then she sees like Sonic and Sally just kind of talking and seeing what they want to do and all this other stuff, and she's like, I'll join. And we get it. It would be kind of like how Sonic GX kind of played out. But I wouldn't have her fight. I wouldn't have her fight like Sonic or any other characters because I don't know. I just feel like that's too. Like I feel like Amy is not. She's not. She's not a totally dickish person. She's kind of like the Amy I'm writing would be kind of in the mix of like, should I whack people with my hammer, or should I just leave them alone? And it could be another way to explain how Amy kind of matures through the games and why she's like not really all Sonic. I don't know. I don't think Hurricane 360 would actually let me even do like a remake of it. But this is what I would want to do. I'd actually explain all of that. I'd still keep the fight between him and Metal Sonic, where everybody watches and he turns into Super Sonic, and fucking Scratch has a fucking almost a fucking heart attack because that was funny as shit. And I'd really build on Sally and Sonic's relationship as well, because Sally, like before I even knew what ships were, Sonic and Sally were my first ship. I love the fact that I love the fact that Sonic had a girlfriend. I want to balance him out. People always say, "Oh, but if this was real life, these characters would never be together." Motherfucker, and here's my retort. Motherfucker, why you putting real life into this? How do you even know how two people? How you know if they were real people, they wouldn't work? You would have to actually know that person to know that. But you'd be like, in my experience, then how do you know? Have you met two people that are like Sonic and Sally? No? Then shut the fuck up. Please. And I'm just like, for all the people who make all these different excuses why Sonic and Sally don't work, I really do feel like they balance each other out. To me, they can work as friends, but it's always like when I was reading the post reboot, and they literally dropped that bomb of making Sally subtly, gay for Nicole. I just felt like with everything that was going on with Sonic and Sally, there's too much unfinished business before Sally just moves on. I didn't like that. Not because that makes me some sort of homophobe. No, I just felt like there was too much unfinished business that Ian didn't even touch. Because she was just tired of all the shipping that was going on. And let me tell you something. I love shipping. But people treat it like it's a fucking religion. And it shouldn't be. Like I've always said, my beautiful folks, is that one, shipping should be a hobby. Something you don't really sink too much time into, that you don't think about as much. You may write a few fanfics here and there. You may even think about, okay, what if I wrote Mobius 20 years later? And then 25 years later. Those two, that's just me. That is totally me right there. But you just start to think, okay, why do I like this ship? I like it because it was the first ship I remember as a kid. Then Arnold and Helga, and then we go down the list of a bunch of crack ships I came up with. We are not talking about those. I don't want I don't want pitchforks and knives thrown at me in such a way. But here's the thing. Here is the skimming. I believe whether you're a Son Amy fan or Son Alley fan, Son A's, fuck even Son Anno, or or Shan Amy, you should respect another person's ship. Don't act like an asshole. Don't be like, it's the only like my ship is the only ship that matters. No. What you need to do, what you need to do, is just understand that there are other ships that you may not like, and that's okay. That's what makes us all different. The ability to dislike things, unlike YouTube right now, because they want to coddle, they want to coddle the easily offended. We're not here to talk about that. That's a video for another day. But the thing I feel is like, at the end of the day, guys, you should respect another person's ship. You shouldn't try to attack it. And damn sure shouldn't try to attack a character. Sit and think about your waking hours of what you would do to that character. Because chances are, if Sally was real, she'd probably beat all of your asses. Look. The average person probably doesn't even know how to really defend themselves. I'm just saying that right now. I'm not saying, like, Sally can beat your butt, but, like, when you really think about it, what a bunch of, like, Sonic Amy fans or Sonic Amy fans can do y'all even know how to fight? Like, Sally is, like, adept in karate. Can y'all even defend against, like, someone attacking you like that? Can you? Because if someone like Sally was real, and y'all just like, I hate you, you're going to get attacked, they would fucking beat your ass. I don't care if you think you're Superman, you're still gonna go down. And that's gonna be the most embarrassing thing, because you got your ass whooped. You on the ground going like, ah, you know? Because I feel like if Sally was real and y'all just, like, some of these violent motherfuckers just came up at her, she'd probably find a way to deal with y'all. She'd probably talk to some of you first, and then, like, if y'all were still trying to be violent, she'd just shut you down quick. That's what would happen. I just feel like when it comes right down to it, all these people who hate on Sally, who literally spend every waking hour hating on Sally. One, you are either a Son Amy fan, or you just have hatred for Sally because she's with Sonic. Like another person who was in love with Silver and just did it on Blaze. See where I'm getting at? You know, some of you guys are acting like Sonic 93, I'm just saying. But the point I'm trying to make really is like, dude, it's okay to like crush on Sonic, crush on Sonic, Amy, or Sally, or any of the Sonic characters. But you gotta not treat that shit like it's real. Okay? You gotta understand. There's a line. We're in reality, and over there, where my games are at, that's the line of fiction. We cannot cross this line right here. Or we're just gonna we're gonna try and go to it, and then get pulled back real fast. Because that's a line we ain't never supposed to cross. You see? And sure, we may look at this line and this is where we get creative. But we can never literally just be in this, be beyond the line forever. Because reality will push us back. Like so. Do I think that everybody that is a Sonic fan is weird? No, I just feel like there's been a lot of Sonic Youth fans who never give me a reason to think otherwise, because the one I thought was normal, which was Sonic 93 back in the day, she was anything but. She was anything but normal. People like people like freaking I ain't gonna talk about the other dude on this channel. Hell no. So we're gonna talk about True Love Hearts. True Love Hearts, same thing. Dude's so obsessed with Sonic and Amy. He can't eat, like, dude don't even like Sonic the Hedgehog or playing it really. He's just in it for Amy. Which means he wants to get down with Amy. He wants to show Amy what he's packing, what he's working with. And guys, think of a man who used to have a crush on Jessica Rabbit of all things and Ryoko from Tenchi Muyo. You gotta realize that those crushes ain't real. You can never, ever be able to touch them or do anything. The only way you'd be able to do something with them if you make a fucking topo, which I don't condone that you do. Like, I'm telling you right now, you can't see my hands, but I am making them. You get away from the topo side of things. Get away from there. That is so unhealthy. Now, look, folks, and my dog is trying to make a point too. Like, here, like, guys, I wanted to say, when it really comes down to, well, if it really comes down to it, like, don't be a dick to other people's ships. Don't think that just because people like a certain, if you're in a certain group of the fandom, don't really just assume that people are like Richard Kuda, because dude, no one wants to be Richard Kuda. No one wants to be that man. No one wants to be that man. And anybody who gets to be his friend, they suffer. Like, honestly. And sure, there are other Sun Alley fans that are a lot more vocal and a lot more loud. But I would strongly oppose for you not to really look at those people. Because they're just only one. They are the exception. They're the exception. I mean, they are the few. They are the few, not the whole of the Sun Alley group. And I get some of you have irrational hate because you think that we're shoving Sally down your throats, but like I've always said, you have